Hello and welcome to Old Nerd by Superman Comics. Now, anybody who watches this channel probably knows that I'm mostly a Marvel guy, and that's true. However, I do dip into DC here and there, especially when some favorite creators are working on their books. And that's the case here. This is actually kind of a very special case here because the reason that I got these this issue of Action Comics is the reason that I got all these from a seller on eBay. He gave me a good deal on these. But this is an alternate cover to this issue that I didn't even know existed until just a few days ago. And I was looking around on eBay and I spotted this and I didn't even know it existed. But this is cover B for Action Comics 844. This is the first issue in a short run that was written by Richard Donner, who directed the first two Superman films with Christopher Reeves. Richard Donner, he's a very famous director. He's most known for, like I said, the first two Superman films. He did the Lethal Weapon movies. He did Omen, the first Omen movie. He's done a lot of really popular stuff, especially throughout the 80s. And he came to DC with Jeff Johns. They co-wrote this together, Richard Donner and Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns actually worked for Richard Donner, I think, before he was a DC writer. And so he was able to get Richard Donner to do a few issues of Superman. And this was the alternate cover by Andy Kubert, who is mostly associated with Marvel, although his father was almost completely associated with DC Comics. Joe Kubert, who used to do all the old war comics from the 60s and 70s at DC and into the 80s. Adam Kubert did the art on these in the first storyline, and here's one issue of it. This is the first issue. This is the second issue, and this annual came out right around this time. This was also co-written by Richard Donner and Jeff Johns. This has a bunch of shorts in it, short stories of Superman in it, and one of the artists is Arthur Adams, who's one of my favorites. And this is also an alternate cover, I believe. I believe there's a main cover for this Action Comics annual, and I already have that one. Like, I already have the main cover for this issue. I already have the main covers for both of these. But looking around on eBay, I discovered there were these alternate covers. This is Gary Frank doing this cover. He was very popular. He did Superman for a while. He was really big in the late 90s, early 2000s. But I believe he still is working. Gary Frank is still working with Jeff Johns. They're doing a whole comic book company of their own, I think now. They're doing a whole line of titles together. So they're still hard at work, those guys. This is 3 issues, part 1, 2, and 3 of Bizarro World in Action Comics. This story took place after this story, also written by Jeff Johns and Richard Donner. This has artwork by Eric Powell, who is Papa Rick knows. Papa Rick knows who Eric Powell is. He is the creator, writer, artist of the comic book series that him and I both love, The Goon. So he did these 3. He did the art for these 3 issues. Here's a great cover. It says this story involves Bizarro and all these Bizarro World versions of the Justice League. So it was really cool to see. This is very rare to see Eric Powell draw a mainstream DC comic, and these are just really good. To me, these are highly collectible in my mind. I don't think they're worth a whole lot, but these are the kind of things that I would put for sale in my hypothetical future used book, old nerd used book, comic book movie store. So that's why I got these, because they were in great condition. In that lot, there was also this issue was available, and this issue is a key because this is the issue, the death of Pa Kent, Clark Kent's adoptive father, dies in this issue. So that's a key issue for that reason. And then there were these two issues also. John Byrne, drawn by John Byrne, one of my very favorite artists of all time. Gail Simone was the writer, but John Byrne did the art. And I just thought that was cool. And the price was right, so I added these to the lot as well. So that's my Superman haul from eBay. I got a really good deal on these. Some of them will go in the permanent collection, like this alternate cover. And some of them, like these, will go in the hypothetical future. Maybe it's going to happen, maybe it won't. Nerd used bookstore. We'll see. But if you know any tidbits of trivia about this Richard Donner run of Superman comics, or anything I've presented here, please comment down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.